lot of podcasts out there, but only one with this kind of energy.
Welcome to EVP Show Recaps, Predictions, Sports. Let go, show recaps, predictions, sports.
In one podcast.
Welcome to EVP Show Recaps, Predictions, Sports. Let go.
What's going on, everybody? It's the EVP from the EVP Show. We're live for Wwe Smackdown recap. My voice is kind of messed up today, so you guys are going to have to bear with me. I got a really bad cold, so just retweeting live. I got a really, really bad cold today. 1 second. All right. Okay. Sure, I paid it to launch. So, what did you guys think about SmackDown tonight? Good, bad. What's up, Kyle? So what do you think about SmackDown? I saw that who was it? Mia Yim beat Julia in a dark match before SmackDown. So interesting stuff there. SmackDown really feels a lot better than it used to, but it also still feels like we're still dealing with a 2-hour show, and they're trying to, I don't know. It's it's definitely better, but for me, it feels like it's like a lot more. Feels like segments are a lot more rushed, and matches are not really getting enough time. If that's gonna happen when you go from 3 hours to 2 hours. But we did get a title change tonight. There was 3 title matches. So definitely the right call there. Having JC win the United States title. Looked like they were going to. The show was okay. I was expecting more like the Charlotte Tatum. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know what they're doing with that. The follow-up was not great. I'll just say that. The follow-up for that was not great at all. But once again, thank you, y'all. Once again, we are live on my YouTube channel. If you are watching live on YouTube, please hit that like button. It helps me in the algorithm. Get a day off tomorrow, so that's good. I'm going to be traveling most of the day, so I'm gonna be resting as well too. Cause my voice is, my throat's like all jacked up. My sinuses are messed up really bad. So I thought it was a decent show. Like I said, pretty much expected. It looks like they're setting up Cody and Randy at Sunday night's main event coming up the first Sunday in September, Labor Day weekend. No shocker there. It's in Cody's hometown. I don't know. Not a surprise that they're going to do that there. We'll see how much longer that feud goes. We are getting an Undisputed Championship match next week on SmackDown, so we'll see how that plays out. I don't think we're getting a title change, but you never know. We got one tonight, so you just never know what WWE's going to do. Baron Corbin being booked pretty strong. That championship being defended pretty much every week, which is great. Still looks like they're going right back to Trick and Baron, maybe throwing Carmelo in there as well. I believe that's the match that probably happened this Sunday night as well. Trick's on the poster, so that doesn't always mean anything, but what they did tonight, although Yachty attacked attacking Baron Corbin afterwards. I wasn't saying that's where they're going. As Kyle was talking about, didn't really like the follow up they did with Tatum Paxley. I didn't like anything about it. So yeah, JC is United States champion. Definitely the right call there. We both kind of predicted that Wednesday. I've been saying that for a couple of weeks now. If they're gonna push Fatal Influence, then you can't just put the titles on Fallon and Laney. You got to also reward JC as well, and she got her first singles title on the main roster. It's the best idea. She's a heel. There's a lot of baby faces on SmackDown, so I think that's the right idea. Get the title off of Tiffany. They're doing a slow burn with Tiffany's heel turn. Probably was going to happen faster, but obviously Chelsea's injured. They tried to swerve everybody at the beginning of the show, looking like she was going to vacate the title, but she wasn't. She was never going to vacate it. She's just taking like 30 days off to rest and recover. It doesn't look like it's going to be any surgery. We'll see. They're still running the Nia Jax angle. I don't know why they're doing that. But Tiffany ended up taking the damage from Chelsea's because Chelsea can't do anything. So then they got, I don't know, the whole opening segment was fine. I had no problem with it, but they ultimately brought Gunther out there. I don't know what he has to do with Chelsea Green. So I think the opening segment was fine until Gunther come out there. They're trying to like really, really, really hype Chelsea up, which is fine. I mean, give her little moment or whatever. I mean, Rhea's out, so whatever they plan to do with Chelsea, it's fine. But it was very melodramatic. It definitely was. Like I said, bringing Gunther out there kind of didn't make any sense. Didn't make any sense to me at all. So they essentially have essentially 3 women's top titles and none that really wrestle. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's why I've been really clamoring for them to put the title on JC, because I think that even though she just come up, she's a heel, and SmackDown's got way more baby faces than heels. So there's a lot of people that JC can defend the title against. You got Paige maybe when she gets out of the Nikki Bella vortex, and then you got Charlotte Flair, you got Tatum Paxley, you got Alexa Bliss, Julia, but I don't know if they're ever going to get Julia out of catering. But then if you keep the title on Stratton, there's only like a few heels. So Rhea, Liv, and now Chelsea. Yeah. Rhea's is, she had knee surgery, so she's out for the rest of the year. Liv, there's just no excuse for that. And we talked about that. Well, I brought that up Wednesday to Kyle. Them leaving Stephanie Bakor off of television for a month when she was cleared, just to wait for the right opportune time to bring her back. It's just not doing anything for Liv Morgan's title reigns. This is the second time in a row. And then Chelsea Green, unfortunately, she gets her moment at SummerSlam, and then she gets hurt. And it looked pretty bad tonight. It definitely looked bad. So hopefully there's no surgery involved, but WWE's cursed with those injuries, so we'll see how it turns out. But I feel like the at least the Raw title now has some juice to it. as soon as they take the title off of Liv. I think that's 100% the direction they're going to go. I'm pretty sure Lance is going to get the title back on her. They're going to probably give her one last run. That's what I would do personally, but I think the sooner they get I don't know how they're going to work it though. If Roxanne's going to win Money in the Bank, why would they have her cash in on Becky instead of Liv? So I don't know. I guess they can still tell a story. We'll see. A lot of TV left before Money in the Bank. The one thing that, and as being a Cody Rhodes fan, I'm just not really. I'm just telling you guys. I told you guys after SummerSlam, I'm not into the Randy Cody storyline. I'm just really not. I think they took all I think they took the steam out of that for me with putting Pat McAfee in it at WrestleMania, and he's gonna get booed. So I don't understand it. And then you got Sami Zayn in the back still talking about Cody getting another title shot at Punk. So they're still talking about it. So they obviously still have plans for it, which I don't want that to happen unless he's going to turn. And I think I figured it out. Like, Street Fighter's coming up in October. He ain't turning before that. There's just no way. He's playing Guile. I mean, if you guys watch Street Fighter, Guile's like the super good character in Street Fighter, so that probably has a lot to do with it. Yeah, I mean, the stories are just kind of all over the place right now for me. I don't know. Corey Rhodes, Stampede hates Cody too. Every promotion has injuries on a regular basis, but those other promotions have backup plans. Yeah, so that's where the problem lies. Is just for example, like for Rhea Ripley's injury for SummerSlam, the original plan was Blake Tiffany for the U.S. title, Rhea JC, which I don't know if JC was winning the title. I doubt it, but she was probably going to get a really good showing. Maybe, Rhea was definitely going to elevate her. And then we were going to get Blake Tiffany. Now, like, what are they going to, I mean, Blake's tweeting about Rhea Ripley, about waiting for her to come back. Like, what are they going to do? Keep her off of TV until Rhea Ripley comes back? Like, that's ridiculous. Like, they're literally planting seeds with Blake and Rhea. And Rhea Blake was talking about Rhea on social media today. So they're definitely planting seed for something with them two. And Rhea's recovering from knee surgery. So I don't know what they're doing, truthfully. I don't. They need to swallow their pride and get the championship off of Chelsea, but she's getting cheered. Tiffany needs to win that championship soon. I think they're probably going to do that, but they can't do it with Tiffany as a babyface. Tiffany's babyface run is dead. I mean, she has her fans, but they were a little bit loud today, but I don't know. Just doesn't really seem like it's really hitting for me. Corey Rhodes versus Lexis King. If Corey loses, he joining Birthright Cinema. Be a lot of aura farming in that match. I think Lexis King is probably going to lose its speed title to EK Prosper. Is that EK wrestling this week? I don't even know. The speed titles are just absolutely awful, especially on NXT. That's the two titles that I just can't stand. I'm definitely looking forward to Heatwave, guys. So, in case you guys are wondering, the Heatwave prediction show is coming up a little less than 2 weeks away, August the 26th. There will not be a Sunday Night Scoop on the 30th of August. That is Heatwave Day. So, I think it's on a Saturday or Sunday. I'm not sure. I have to look. Let me look at the calendar. I have to look at the calendar because there might be a Sunday night scoop. I don't know. Don't know how many. I thought there was 31 days in August. Let's see. Okay, so Heat Wave is on the 30th, so that's a Sunday. So there will not be a Sunday night scoop on the 30th. And I also have like 2 or 3 fantasy football drafts that day, so that's definitely not going to happen. I will be doing a Heat Wave recap. I have a full 10-person panel for Heat Wave, but 2 of them are kind of on the fence, or 1 of them. So we'll see. If it doesn't feel, it's fine. It's just Heat Wave. I'm gonna have to turn around and book a whole another full crew for Sunday night's main event. If the card is filled up in time, so we'll see. Blake Monroe's a ghost. Where is she? Like I said, I don't know. I think with the Rhea injury, like Stampede was talking about, all the creative plans got really, he's talking about other promotions have backup plans. The WWE just doesn't seem to do that very well. They had to pivot a lot from Rhea's injury SummerSlam, and it's kind of fallen over. So, into creative now. That's why they're putting the title on JC, because there's just not enough heels for Tiffany Stratton on SmackDown. So Tiffany has 0 character development in her entire main roster run. They need to address that first. Yeah. So I was told, and I think she even said it, she does care about wrestling the business, but ultimately she's gonna be like another Liv Morgan. She's basically just wrestling, in my opinion, just to be catapulted into Hollywood. I mean, that's basically what's going to happen with Tiffany. So Tiffany will win the championship as a heel, like I said, Wednesday. I believe that. I believe so. I don't think they're putting it on Nia or Lash. So I agree. I definitely agree, Colin, with you on that. August 30th, Heat Wave. AEW All In. Good luck to Heat Wave. Yeah. Only really looking forward to the Kendall Kalani match. I mean, kind of looking forward to Zarya and Ren too. The rest of the card, the women's division is pretty much all I really care about on NXT right now anyway. So the Kendall Kalani match will be really good. But I mean, obviously, if it's going up against All In, it's going to get smoked. So yeah, it's such a busy day. We also have a fantasy football draft that day, Stampede. So, I think so. I think it's up for the 30th. Might be the 29th. I can't remember. I have a couple. Let's see. Paige needs to be back on TV maybe next week. I think she put a tweet out that said she was going to be back soon. She said she had a lot to say. So, I mean, we haven't seen Nikki Bella either. So, again, another injury, and they've just, I don't know what they're doing. I have no idea what they're doing. And I'm going to give you my honest opinion when I get to the segment. I know a lot of people like to see CM Punk, Kevin Owens and stuff. I personally did not. I don't know. I mean, it's okay. I mean, it's not terrible, but I don't know. It feels like a very forced feud to me. I don't know. I'm just not really. I don't really care that much for it, truthfully. I mean, I'm not a Punk fan. I'm not a fan of his. So, I mean, I like his story of being able to, come back and after having neck surgery and maybe never been able to wrestle again. I love that story and everything, but I love KO. But I don't know. Just the stuff they're saying is like I don't know. The Punk and KO and Randy and Cody, I don't really care that much for it. I truthfully don't. I'm just giving you my honest opinion. That's what I do on this show. I'm not ever going to kiss WWE's ass every single stream and be like, everything's perfect, everything's great. It's not me. It's not what I'm going to do. So, I don't really care for the Punk KO stuff, and I really don't care for the Cody Randy stuff. I don't. I mean, they're running it in a live show. So, Cody beat Randy last night in a live show in a street fight. Randy's first match back since WrestleMania. I mean, how long can they drag this shit out with them two? Both of them maybe get a win or something. Maybe go 3 more matches. I mean, nobody. I definitely don't want to see 3 matches with them. I don't know. Something funny probably happens. Some kind of funky finish. Maybe a Sunday night main event. Maybe they finish it. They gotta finish. Hopefully they finish this shit out at Money in the Bank. I don't think this shit needs to go all the way to Survivor Series. That's just ridiculous. We'll see. I'm glad that they are putting Finn Balor into a feud, even though he's probably going to lose to Gunther. It gives him something to do. I thought he was going to get thrown into the MFT vortex with Shinsuke and them. Luckily enough, it doesn't look like it's going to be him. So, but some of the stuff they're doing, a lot of people are talking about it online, and that's what they want. But as a content creator, I'm just not moved, truthfully. So, WWE fan base doesn't get most of the references, and there was a Timu version of the one Punk did with Eddie Kingston. Like, yeah, I mean, I obviously didn't watch Punk much in AEW, so I'm not going to pretend like I know, but I don't know. People are like, oh, KO cooked him. I don't really think so. I don't think that Kevin Owens is better than CM Punk on the microphone. I'm just gonna put that out there right now. If KO good on the mic, I think he is, but I don't think he's better than CM Punk on the mic. So I see all the people in the IWC with CM Punk or KO cooked Punk tonight, which I don't know. People are very weird. Looks like they're revisiting the Julia Mariah May matchup from Stardom. Are they? Are they doing Julia and Blake? Or what? I don't know what they did from Stardom. So they just didn't wrestle, or what? They just kept them off TV. I mean, they got Julia losing to Tamichin on the main event, so yeah, they're cooked. She's cooked. She needs to move over to Raw. I did hear over the weekend, or not over the weekend, over the last few days, sometime in probably the next 2 to 4 weeks, there's going to be a big shakeup. They're going to be moving some people from SmackDown over to Raw. Maybe some people from NXT, a couple more people from NXT are coming up. I also was told they might bring Kendall Gray up before the end of the year, which I am not happy about that. If that happens, I am not going to be happy about that. I talk about that every single week on Kyle's show and on NXT. They do not need to rush Kendall Gray and have her come up to the main roster and get buried. Yeah, I know that Julia and Mariah wrestled each other in Star. They did a backstage thing with Blake and Aldis. Julia and Mariah wrestled each other. Yeah, I don't know, man. Julia, she needs to go to Raw. I think she's gonna be one of the ones. Maybe Jordan Grace as well. They need a fresh start. I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do over there. Maybe the IC championship. I don't know, but they definitely need a fresh start. So they need to shake up. Like I said, one of the things I was looking forward to the most was the follow up from the faction that Charlotte created with Alexa and Tatum Paxley, and it was terrible. I mean, tonight's follow up to that was just awful. It was god awful. I don't know what they're doing. Last week was fine, great way to debut her, but they need to really think about not bringing Kendall Gray up before January. I think that's crazy. She needs to be the champion until at least Stand and Deliver. And then they can start thinking about it. Like before the end of the year, that is fucking crazy. Like, no. Kendall's great, like better than 98% of the women's roster right now, but please don't do that. It's Blake and Julia next week. Is that official? I haven't seen anything. They didn't announce any matches besides Punk and KO. So Blake and Julia is official for next week? Huh. I haven't seen it. I've been on here. They put Tatum, Alexa, and Charlotte in a closet. Well, there you go. Blake Monroe's going to have our first match next week, it looks like, against Julia. Julia's going to lose again, which is fine. I mean, it's not fine, but I don't know. I sent Kyle something earlier. Roxanne Perez, was it like 100 and something losses or something? 100 and something days since our last pinfall singles victory or something. I don't know. That's fucking crazy. They ruin the NXT stars when they come up. Yeah, they put them in a closet. The follow up is terrible. I don't understand it. Charlotte's great. People hated her, but you know, she did the right thing by bringing Tatum into SmackDown and having Tatum work with her. It's a good thing for Tatum's career, but now they're putting him in a fucking closet. So I don't know, man. It's crazy. Blake and Julia next week. Yeah, like I said, I haven't seen anything. I haven't been online. I know they didn't even put anything out for Punk and KO. I didn't even see a thumbnail for Punk and KO. So I had to go look for one online from this week, I think. Kendall is my highest ranked WWE women's wrestler, 29th on my top 100. I believe it. I think she's better than Nia. I mean, she's still. I think her promos is the only thing that she's got to work on. She's not. They don't need to bring her up though. I think that's psycho for them to even consider doing that. I really do. I hope to God that they change their mind on that. I don't think she's dropping the title to Kalani at Heatwave. I just don't think it's happening. She just won, and she hasn't been the champion that long. There's no way in hell they're taking the title off her this thing. Unless they're just going to bring her up right now, which is just career suicide, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm starting to get text, so it looks like it is official for next week. Kendall is not better than Io, just said her career, but has tons of potential. Io is one of the best of all time. Yeah, I mean, I always put her under Io, truthfully. She isn't better than Io. But she's better than everybody else on that roster besides Io, maybe. Maybe not Charlotte right now, Becky, but I don't know if she's better than both of them. She's definitely top 5 for sure. She isn't better than Io, but for me, she's definitely gonna be better than Io. I feel like if she's handled correctly, which we know that they're not gonna do that. Charlotte has lost. Charlotte has lost stuff. She has. Obviously age. And then I don't really know if it's age. I think it's just so many different needs. She had that. This doesn't seem like she's been the same since she come back. Since she won the Rumble. She's still great. She's still gonna go down as one of the greatest of all time. I like that she kept herself out of the World Championship picture because that was something that the IWC bitched about for a while. But my phone's blowing up, so yeah, Blake and Julia must be official. Like I said, I'll look at it when I'm done. But yeah. Appreciate you guys for commenting. Make sure you guys hit that like button on the stream. We're gonna go ahead and run through the SmackDown. Like I said, I feel like absolute dog shit. So I'm gonna try to get through this as painlessly and quickly as possible. My voice was completely gone this morning, so I did not even know if I was gonna be able to do this stream truthfully. Charlotte definitely my top 30 women's wrestler of all time, of course. I would think so. I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen your list. Obviously, you watch a lot of promotions, so for her to make the top 30, I mean, that's got to be pretty good. WWE, she's definitely top 5, for sure. So, but let's go ahead and get through this show. It's the SmackDown recap, Friday, August 14th, 2026. It's from the TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts. Not been to the TD Garden. You have a very wide range scope, dude. Stampede, we do have a fantasy football draft on the 30th, right? I thought we did. I thought I scheduled it before the PLEs and shit come on. I don't know. We can move it. We can change the time. So we'll see. It doesn't take but about an hour and a half. I think it's August the 30th. I'm not sure. I've got like 3 leagues, so I got 1 spot left open in 1 league. I'm not running anymore. 3 is enough for me this year. I wasn't even going to do just 1. People kept asking me something. The only thing I hate about it is people just drag their ass about paying their entry. And I'm like, oh, and I hate bugging people. Like, but it's still 2 weeks. So. Appreciate it. All right. So SmackDown recap is live from the TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts. Going to see 3 championship matches. The United States champion Baron Corbin going to win the title against the former U.S. champion Carmelo Hayes, plus WWE Women's. Oh shit! It's at 9 p.m. Yeah, I have to move that time around. I don't know why it does that. When I set it on ESPN, it's like fucking 3 hours or something. I'll change it. We'll change it around. Whatever time is best for you guys, we can move it to. We'll figure it out. We still got like 2 weeks, so we'll change the time though. I didn't realize it was that fucking late. I'll change it though. I mean, that'll be right when I'm getting ready to do a recap for Heat Wave. So yeah, that's not gonna work. I have to change that time. So Baron Corbin is defending the title against Carmelo Hayes, plus the Women's United States Championships on the line. Tiffany Stratton defending against Fatal Influence with JC Jane. Also, the SmackDown Tag Team Championships are on the line against the AAA Tag Team Champions, the War Raiders, and the MFTs. We did have 2 title changes tonight. Hey, it says Paige was supposed to make her return, but I don't know what happened to that. It was listed that Paige was supposed to make her return tonight, but she did not. If she did, then I missed it. So Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton will make an appearance, and then we get the Undisputed WWE Champion CM Punk and Kevin Owens in a promo section. A lot of promos tonight. So the show opens up with the commentators Joe Tessitore and Wade Barrett welcome us to we see the pre-show arrivals of CM Punk, Kevin Owens, Baron Corbin, Trick Williams, Tiffany Stratton, and JC Jane, Fallon Henley, and Laney Reed. So we go immediately to the square circle where we see the SmackDown general manager, Nick Aldis. So Nick Aldis says he has an announcement to make. He says Chelsea Green suffered a broken orbital bone last week, and he has reached a decision regarding her status. And Nick Aldis then called out the WWE Women's SmackDown champion, Chelsea Green. Crowd is like popping hard for Chelsea, though. Truthfully, they are. They're popping really hard for Chelsea Green. So, yeah, they definitely tried to swerve. A lot of people were like, "Oh shit, she's vacating." No, she. So Nick Aldis says he knows how hard Chelsea Green has worked and how much this means to her, but he talked to the medical staff. And he cannot let her compete with a broken orbital bone socket. Chelsea Green then says it's healing and she will do whatever it takes. Obviously, she's upset. She's crying. She talks about, the journey she's been on, and as soon as she wins the title, something like this was going to happen. Definitely a good promo. Good stuff with Chelsea and Nick. I just didn't like that Gunther got involved, but Chelsea Green then tells Nick Aldis to not to say it. So basically, she knew that he was about to try to make her vacate, which he did for a second. SmackDown had 31 minutes, 31 seconds of in-ring action, which is 26% of the show in 2 hours. That's not great. It's not great. Not great. So Nick Aldis says he tells Chelsea Green to relinquish the Women's WWE Championship. The crowd was not happy about that. The WWE Universe was erupting with the no chants. Nick Aldis has informed Chelsea that she must relinquish the WWE Women's title due to an injury. Chelsea Green says she knew it was too good to be true. She said she knew when she climbed that ladder and she took that title down, she was waiting for the other shoe to drop, because every single time that something good and magical happens to her in this business, it is followed by something devastating. Chelsea Green then says she's the perfect opponent for the rest of the girls. No matches. Yeah, look, I said that at the beginning. It did feel like the matches were all very short. They're cramming stuff in 2 hours. So they are going back to 3 hours, January the 8th, I believe, which they'll be 3 hours for 6 months, and then they'll get back to 2 hours again. It's just a contract that they have with USA. So they will be going back to 3 hours in January. I know it felt rushed to me. I didn't think it was just me, but all right, so here we go. So Chelsea Green, she says she's the perfect opponent for the rest of the girls. Chelsea then says she cannot become the QB1. She throwing out a Cody Rhodes for reference right there. So she's not the QB1. The WWE Universe then begins to erupt with the "You Deserve It" chants. Chelsea Green then says Nick Aldis knows how much she sacrificed to be here. Chelsea then says she has missed so many weddings and funerals and everything else over the years. Chelsea Green says she has left all her blood, sweat, and tears in this ring. Chelsea then says she said she's had her face put in a birthday cake. She had her body thrown into dumpsters. Chelsea then says it was all, she said, but at the end of the day, she would go home at night. She would rest easy knowing that one day it was all going to be worth it. She said it was all worth it because this moment would come, and now here she is. Chelsea then says she made it. Chelsea Green then tells Nick Aldis to please understand. Chelsea then reminds Nick Aldis that he was once a champion. Talks about Nick's journey at SummerSlam in front of his wife and kid, where he wrestled Gunther. Good stuff there. Chelsea says that until someone takes his title off of her, this title belongs to her. Chelsea Green then says she thought Nick Aldis, of all people, would understand. Chelsea Green then hands over the WWE Women's Championship, and she's got tears in her eyes and walks out of the ring. She gets about halfway down the aisleway. Nick Aldis stops Chelsea Green and says, as general manager, he thinks he is doing the right thing. Nick Aldis says, as a man, he doesn't give a damn what the medical staff says. He said Chelsea Green, then she comes running back to the ring. Nick Aldis says you have 30 days to rest up, either get cleared or get a mask. So he's giving Chelsea Green 30 days. to get healthy and defend the WWE Women's Championship. So she has a full month. And don't expect anything to happen before, at the earliest, would be Money in the Bank. So before we see that title defended. So then Gunther needs a kick, which, like I said, this part of the segment I just didn't care that much for. He makes his way down to the ring. Gunther says another sob story no one wants to hear about. Gunther then says, let's talk about important things. Gunther then says he knows Nick Aldis is on a short leash and he wants to know why Nick Aldis did what he did to him at SummerSlam. Gunther then says, you climbed a ladder and you collided into a door frame and cried about it, talking about Chelsea. Gunther then says he competed twice. He beat Nick Aldis night 1 and then he competed on night 2 as well. He also said he made a man tap in front of his family in regards to Nick Aldis. Gunther then says, why did you add Kevin Owens to his match? Nick Aldis then says he didn't add Kevin Owens to Gunther's match. It was Gunther who got added to Kevin Owens' match, as there have been discussions going on between Nick Aldis and Kevin Owens. Chelsea Green then tells Gunther to stroke his ego because that is all he has. Chelsea then says there is only one champion in the ring, and it is her. And then out comes her husband to defend her honor, which is Matt Cardona. They haven't been doing absolutely anything with him. He comes out and gets in Gunther's face and says, look, I don't have a problem with you, but I don't like what you're doing with my wife. Gunther then says, so look at this guy. He comes all the way from catering to the rescue. I did think that part was a little funny. Gunther then says, what are you going to do? Gunther then says, I can call your girl every slur, and there is nothing you could do to him. So then Matt Cardona then punches Gunther, and he goes to the floor. Matt Cardona's hurt enough. So then we get a singles match with Matt Cardona and Gunther in their street clothes. Impromptu singles match. The match on top with Matt Cardona hitting some forearms on Gunther in the corner. Gunther sends Cardona crashing into the barricade near the timekeeper area and powerbombs him on the announce desk. Gunther then fires back and powerbombs him onto the ring apron. Then he goes inside the ring just so that the referee can break the count. So they don't want to win by a count out. The referee then begins a 10 count. Chelsea Green comes over there, tells Matt to get up. It was around 6 or 7 at that time. Matt Cardona slides through back through the ropes into the ring right before the 10 count. Chelsea Green hops up onto the apron, distracts the referee, allowing Matt Cardona to hit the low blow to Gunther, and then he hit his finisher he hit the Rough Rider to Gunther. He goes for the pin, but Gunther kicks out. And then so Matt Cardona goes for some sort of Hurricane Rana, but then Gunther turns it into 2 different power bombs to Matt Cardona. The second one pretty much did the trick, but then Gunther in the state of Boston, he essentially in a Boston crab. They are obviously in Boston on Matt Cardona, and Matt Cardona taps out. So back to catering, it goes for Matt Cardona. The ring general makes him tap out. After the match, medical officials checked on Cardona as the irresistible forces, Nia Jax and Lash Legend, made their way out. Chelsea Green had a look of fear on her face. Nia Jax gets on the microphone. She says, Chelsea Green wants to be a fighting champion and asks, why waste any time? Nia then says she wants an interim women's championship match due to being screwed out of 2 qualifiers for the interim women's championship SummerSlam ladder match. Still talking about that. Nia Jackson says, why is Gunther have to be so evil at this point? That's just his character. That is just his character, Ariel. Hope you're doing good on this Friday night. Man, that's a lot of comments from on a SmackDown. the views are low, so people must have hated SmackDown. Nia Jax talks about Chelsea Green defending the title right now, knowing that he said Nia Jax tells Chelsea you just won the title and you're already hurt. So, taking a shot at her. She then said if Chelsea doesn't give her what she wants, she has a history of breaking faces in the company. That she does. So, Nia and Lashley in the ring, but Tiffany Stratton, the United States champion, comes running out to save Chelsea Green. She comes, she hits Nia Jax, but then Lash Legend applies a bear hug, and then Nia Jax hits a huge leg drop on Tiffany Stratton, and then Lash Legend hits a monster forearm. So the Irresistible Forces have brutalized Tiffy Tom before her United States Championship title defense tonight. Did some damage to her ribs, looks like. So this is what I talked about at the beginning of the stream. They definitely had a big surprise last week with Tatum Paxley showing up to SmackDown to join Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, but the follow-up to this was not great, people. It was not. We take a look at the debut of Tatum Paxley last week on the main roster. Looks like I'm glad they're going back to that darker character for Alexa Bliss. But they had him in a closet tonight, which I don't understand. We see Charlotte Flair. She tells Alexa Bliss she missed her. Charlotte then thanks Alexa for what she did, and Alexa says it was all Tatum Paxley. Alexa then says Tatum reminds herself about her. Alexa then says you will like her surprise. Charlotte keeps saying I like you, but here we go again with same angle. It could be what Kyle was talking about Wednesday. Maybe Alexa and Tatum are going to break away from Charlotte at some point. Probably with the direction they're going to go, the darker characters. So you'll see, and it's a locker room, like a storage unit or like a closet with a collage of all the stuff with Charlotte and Alexa Bliss. Tatum Paxley says surprise, and obviously Alexa's like, oh man, I'm surprised, and Charlotte's like, oh my gosh. So we see her new locker room, and Charlotte Flair is a little freaked out. Certainly a choice, all lit up with all these candles and like pictures and everything. I mean, it was very well put together, but it was really small. So, not a big fan of the follow-up. I just will say that. Hopefully, they move away from this and get them back into doing something in the ring. Even if it's with the baddies, they got to get them out of these type of segments. So, I was not a fan of this, truthfully. So, we get a video pack looking at the feud between Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. I'm not looking forward to this. Again, if you are WWE and you want Cody to get cheered, why would you put him in another feud? Just got him out of a match with CM Punk where Cody got booed at SummerSlam. He's going to get booed again against Randy. He won't get booed in Atlanta. That's his hometown, but it doesn't matter what they do. They're not going to have WWE Universe is not going to boot Randy Orton. So Cody Rhodes in his new gear that he talked about. He was doing a Q&A yesterday on X for the people that like his tour bus or something was broke down. He talked about he had some new merchandise come out. Looks like it's Golden Boy stuff. So the Golden Boy Cody gear is out on WWE Shop. Crazy, unbelievable. See Cody Rhodes. He is approaching SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis. Cody is decked out in his new merch, all gold, the Golden Boy. Who is talking with Jason Jordan and Sean Daivari, and he says him and Randy Orton need to settle this before it gets out of hand. Nick Aldis then suggests to Cody Rhodes, what about Sunday night's main event in Atlanta, Georgia? So that match is going to happen at Sunday night's main event. In my opinion, will be the main event of Sunday night's main event in Cody's hometown in Atlanta, Georgia on September the 6th, I believe. Cody then says he doesn't care. But then he turns around and guess who's there? Just like always, Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn then shows up and he says Cody wants a match against Randy. Sami then talks about his number one contenders match. Cody says, so Sami does also makes a point. He said, something about him always being in the title picture. He said, you and Punk were talking last week, and Punk told you to say win. So they're still talking about that. So I don't know. If they're going to go back to Punk and Cody, it's got to be when Cody's a heel. I do not want to see Punk and Cody again from what I've seen at SummerSlam. So no, unless Cody goes heel. Cody tells Sammy that he used to allow Sammy to do this, but he thought he owed him. He then says, I don't owe you anything anymore. It does seem like Sammy never moves on. It does. He tells Sammy he doesn't owe him anymore. He then says, if you want to do it, let's do it. Sammy says he pinned Cody clean. Cody then tells Sammy to say the word win. He then says he wants a match tonight. Nick Aldis then asks Sammy if there's something in it for him. He then says if Sammy beats Cody tonight, he gets the winner of the Undisputed Championship match next week in Toronto. CM Punk would have been the Undisputed Championship against Kevin Owens. Sammy then insists he's injured, but Nick Aldis tells him that he has a decision to make. He can either take the match and be the number one contender or don't wrestle. Obviously, he didn't wrestle, so that leaves option line. That is Golden Boy gear. I'm looking at it now. So then Carmelo Hayes makes his way down to the ring for the next match of the night. This will be for the WWE Men's United States Championship against Baron Corbin. So both men are in the ring. The match starts off with both men locking up. Carmelo Hayes and hits a flip dive onto Baron Corbin. They get into the ring. Carmelo Hayes then avoids a splash, and he chops and punches Baron Corbin. Carmelo then hits an enziguri and a springboard clothesline, but Baron kicks out at 2. Carmelo Hayes is sent to the apron. Carmelo then hits a punch, and he goes up top. Baron Corbin then catches Carmelo Hayes, and Carmelo Hayes gets free. Baron Corbin then goes over the top rope. Carmelo moves. Carmelo then hits a springboard leg drop. Baron Corbin then blocks a first 48 and hits a power bomb. Baron then sends Carmelo Hayes to the floor and into the ringside barrier. Baron Corbin then sends Carmelo back into the ring post and over the ringside barrier into the timekeeper's area. Baron Corbin then picks up Carmelo, but Carmelo fires back with some chops. Corbin then hits a big knee and he sends Carmelo into the ring steps. Baron Corbin then hits a punch in the corner. Carmelo Hayes then hits several punches, and Baron Corbin hits an elbow for a count of 2. Baron Corbin then hits another elbow to the back of the neck, followed by several punches. Baron then hits a forearm to the back. Carmelo Hayes fights back with several forearms, and then Baron Corbin blocks an Irish whip, and he Irish whips Carmelo Hayes, and then hits a huge clothesline. But then Carmelo then escapes a power slam, and Baron Corbin misses a big splash. Carmelo then hits a kick and a springboard DDT, but only for a count of 2. Carmelo Hayes then hits a frog splash off the top rope, but Baron Corbin kicks out. But then Carmelo goes for his finisher, the first 48. Baron Corbin blocks the first 48 and hits a big boot. Carmelo then counters a power bomb into a sunset flip, but Baron kicks out at 2. Corbin then goes for his finisher, the deep 6. He hits the deep 6, but Carmelo kicks out. Okay. Carmelo escapes. His finisher, the end of days. Carmelo then escapes and end of days and hits the first 48 and follows up with the second one. But then Carmelo Hayes then goes up top, and Baron Corbin sends Carmelo Hayes to the floor. Then he throws Carmelo back into the ring, and he hits the end of days for the 1, 2, 3. So still your WWE Men's United States Champion is Baron Corbin. Defeated Trick last week and now has defeated Carmelo Hayes. I do believe we're getting Baron Corbin versus Trick versus Carmelo at Sunday night's main event in Atlanta. Or we're at least getting Baron and Trick, because Trick's on the poster. So because Gunther's a heel, would you expect him to be nice? So yeah, after the match is over, Little Yachty comes out from behind. Like I said, I don't know what TKO is. They did just re-sign him. He hits Baron Corbin with the kendo stick. And then Baron Corbin blocks the second attempt, but then Trick Williams comes in and hits a trick shot to Baron Corbin. We're probably getting a singles match. Could add Carmelo. We thought that at SummerSlam, but more than likely we're running Trick and Baron Corbin again at Sunday Night Main Event in Georgia for that United States Championship. So we'll probably get 2 men's match. I don't know. Last time I only thought we were getting 4, and I think they did 5 or 6. So may get 3 men's and 3 women's matches on the card. We'll see. We see Tiffany Stratton. She's in the locker room holding her ribs where she got crushed by Nia Jax. Chelsea Green thanks Tiffany for helping her. Tiffany then says she wasn't going to let her be out there by herself. She said she was okay to wrestle tonight. Chelsea Green said, "Are you sure?" And she said, "Yes." And Tiffany Stratton walks away as she gets ready for her match. But then we go to the promo that everybody's talking about on Twitter. Baron Corbin defeated Carmelo Hayes 9 minutes and 20 seconds. Just not enough time. A lot of matches on the SummerSlam card. Stampede that I talked about in the recap that just didn't get enough time. WWE just does not like to give some of these matches enough time to marinate. Gunther defeated Matt Cardona in 3 minutes and 42 seconds. I'm not surprised about that, though. Matt Cardona's been stuck back in catering for a while, so. KO's music hits. He can make his way down to the ring before he can even say anything. We get the music of the SmackDown Undisputed Champion, self-proclaimed best in the world, CM Punk. His music hits. He makes his way down to the ring. Punk then says Kevin Owens is a lot of things, but not a coward. CM Punk then says he knows everything that Owens is about to say concerns him. Punk then says he wants Owens to say it to his face. Punk then says the floor belongs to KO. So then KO gets on the microphone. Owens and says it's pretty ironic because Punk turned his back on him and body shamed him. Punk then asks Owens if he thinks he wouldn't say it to his face. Kevin Owens reminds the WWE Universe of his history with CM Punk, which I'm not going to go into. The promo was just way too long. Kevin Owens then says he and Punk wrestled for the same independent promotion, and Punk was a big talker while he was trying to make a name for himself. Kevin Owens then says Punk chose to berate him and scream at him in the locker room full of peers. KO then says it is not all that. KO then says it is who you have been and what you said. KO then says the way you treated friends. Punk then asks him to be specific about what he's talking about. Kevin then says it is more than 3. KO then says it is everyone. Kevin Owens then says Punk calls them losers. Kevin Owens says he sees people who look up to you because you came back and made amends. Punk then says Owens is the one who doesn't like him. He will never like him. He then says you're a phony. KO then says you came back because you had no choice. KO then says you screwed things up everywhere else. Kevin Owens then says he doesn't respect people like you, talking to CM Punk. Owens then says he has done well for himself. Kevin Owens then says he's main evented. He won the Undisputed Championship. He also main evented WrestleMania. And he's also wrestled Stone Cold. Throwing a little Stone Cold, Steve Austin, CM Punk teaser out there for you guys. More than likely, if Stone Cold can wrestle, that they're probably going to try to do Punk and Austin at Mania. Seems like Randy is no longer the hunter. He's the hunted. Yeah, Cody's a different character now, a little bit. A little meaner. So he talks about main event WrestleMania against Stone Cold. Punk then says he's happy for him. Punk then says, do you think you would have gotten that if he was here? Kevin Owens then tells Punk to say it to him. Punk then says he is here as the undisputed WWE champion, and there's a locker room full of people. He then says he called out Owafemi. and he got endometriosis instead. Talking about Kevin Owens. The three Kevin was referring to were Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. I don't know why they're doing that. That's why I didn't say their names, obviously. So you're probably more. I mean, I know you're right, but it makes sense. I heard that the match between Kevin and Punk will not be at Money in the Bank. Is it true? That is correct. As of now, CM Punk is not scheduled to work Money in the Bank, which is very odd. The Undisputed Championship is not going to be on the line at Money in the Bank. Very odd. Maybe they have something else up their sleeve. I don't know. We'll see. Is KO going to win the title next week? Maybe that's why Punk's not working. I don't know. Possible. Could KO be defending the title again at Money in the Bank? Possible, because Punk's not working. So we'll see next week. He says he called out Obafemi, but he tells Kevin Owens, it's just like he called out Obafemi and he got endometriosis instead. He then says it would be a mistake to take you lightly. He then says he sees wasted potential. The Young Bucks are in AEW. Ariel. He says he sees a tough guy who is a bomb. Punk then says he has evolved and adapted. He then says if you did some of the work instead of avoiding it, you would have avoided that Bill Goldberg. The last time you were a champion, you would have avoided that Bill Goldberg spear. I don't know why he had to bring that up. Nobody cares about that. Kevin Owens says he sees someone who may have been in WrestleMania. Kevin Owens says Punk hates who he sees in the mirror. Kevin Owens says he is the same person that 20 years ago, and he is facing you for the title. Kevin Owens says you couldn't even avoid the Roman Reigns spear. So taking a shot at Punk right there because he knows Punk doesn't like Roman. Punk then says he sees someone who is stubborn and loud and always thinks he is right. Kevin Owens then asks if Punk is angry that he never sought his advice. Kevin then says he regrets not punching CM Punk in the face about 20 years ago in the locker room. Punk then tells him there's nothing but air and opportunity. Why don't you just do it right now? Kevin Owens then says he didn't do it before because Punk would have ruined his career. Owens then says he said the reason I'm not going to do it right now is because in 7 days, he said I've waited 20 years. I can wait 7 more days. Next week in Toronto, I get to beat your B-ass. I don't know if I can say that on YouTube without getting strike, but he told Punk he was going to beat his ass next Friday night. Punk then says Owen will be looking up to the lights after he puts his ass to sleep next week. So that's what you call a good old-fashioned war of words as we get the Undisputed Championship match next Friday on SmackDown between CM Punk and Kevin Owens from the home country of Kevin Owens. It's in Toronto. So KO is going to have the crowd behind him. Are they going to do that moment that they did for Sammy and that they also did for Chelsea Green and Kevin Owens coming back from this neck surgery? It wouldn't surprise me. It would not surprise me. So we see Finn Balor in the back. He says he understands why Nick Aldis added Kevin Owens and Gunther, and he asked for some advance notice. Gunther shows up. Again, Gunther interrupts. He wants to sort out the SummerSlam issue. Nick Aldis says Gunther's interrupting his conversation with Finn. Finn then calls Gunther a condescending prick and says he was going to tell Nick Aldis he would do whatever it takes to get a title match, even if that means going through him. So it looks like they have been doing Gunther and Finn Balor at the live shows. So it looks like the direction we're headed is Gunther versus Finn Balor. So let's go to the next matchup. Going to be tag team championship match. Damian Priest and R-Truth have been champions for a while. I had a feeling it was coming to an end tonight with Haku being involved. Damian Priest and R-Truth defending against the AAA tag team champions, the War Raiders, and then the MFTs, Tama Tonga, Tala Tonga, accompanied to the ring by Haku. So this is a triple threat match. So the match will start with R-Truth, Eric and Tama Tonga. Tala Tonga tags in. Ivar and Damian Priest then all enter the ring. The all 6 men begin brawling. Tama then sends Eric out of the ring, and MFTs go at it with the War Raiders on the outside. Damian Priest flies off the top rope with some assistance from R-Truth to take out the 2 other tag teams on the outside. Priest and tags in. He hits Ivar with a spinning kick. He then hits an elevated flatliner to Ivar and tags out to R-Truth. Ivar hits a cannonball off the middle rope to Tala Tonga to take him out on the outside. He then hits an over-the-shoulder power slam to Tama when Eric tosses Tama over to him before Tala Tonga eventually hits an over-the-shoulder power slam to R-Truth. So Eric and Damian Priest then hit a double superplex on Tala Tonga, and then R-Truth cinches in an STF on Tala as well. Tala breaks free, but Eric then hits him with a knee strike and a belly-to-belly suplex, and then Eric delivers a belly-to-belly suplex to Damian Priest. Priest fights back, sends Eric crashing into the mat with a big boot, and hits a couple of spinning kicks to him on the outside. Then sends him crashing through the barricade. Inside the ring, Tama Tonga looks to hit a cutthroat on R-Truth. R-Truth then hits Tama Tonga with a couple of shoulder tackles and a slam, then follows it up with a 5-knuckle shuffle. R-Truth loves to do the John Cena stuff and sets up for the attitude adjustment. Tama Tonga then escapes, and the MFTs hit a brother's keeper to R-Truth for the 1, 2, 3. So the winners and your new SmackDown Tag Team Champions with Haku by their side is Tala Tonga and Tama Tonga. Which is no surprise there, truthfully. No surprise. That is our first title change. 3 title matches tonight. So, thoughts, comments, concerns on the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. People were asking what's next for Damian Priest. I feel like he always about to come up. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe Priest does some work over in Mexico at AAA. I have no idea. But R-Truth, I mean, he's winding down. So they had a pretty good run though with the tag titles. They did defend them quite a bit. So after the match, Haku stands tall in the ring as they celebrate winning the WWE Tag Team Championships 2 times without Solo Dolo. That is correct. So then we see Fatal Influence walking in the backstage area. Didn't get to see their entrance, which sucked. But Fatal Influence, JC Jane, Fallon Henley, and Laney Reed. Fallon and Laney are the SmackDown Women's Tag Team Champions. Make their way down to the ring during the commercial break. Then they showed the entrance of the WWE Women's United States Champion, Tiffany Stratton. This match is for the WWE Women's United States Championship. Tiffany Stratton defending against Fatal Influence of JC Jane. So Chelsea Green was also at ringside with Tiffany Stratton, but JC had Fallon and Laney out there, and Chelsea can't get physical, so still 3-on-1 basically. So the match was with JC Jane driving her shoulder into the midsection of Tiffany. She hits a senton. JC is now targeting Tiffany Stratton's rib that was attacked earlier by Lash Legend and Nia Jax. Tiffany is now screaming in pain. JC Jane then smashes Tiffany Stratton's head down to the mat. She goes for a senton and misses it. But then Tiffany Stratton fires back and hits a hip attack. She follows up with a standing drop kick. JC kicks out at 2. Tiffany then hits a clothesline, but then Laney Reed is now up on the apron. Tiffany Stratton then goes over to deal with Laney Reed, allowing JC Jane to hit a backbreaker. Out comes Chelsea Green to check on Tiffany Stratton. Both women are now down in the middle of the ring after J.C. Jane dropped Tiffany Stratton with the neck breaker. Both women then get up in the middle of the ring and trade strikes in the middle of the ring. Tiffany then hits a spinning back elbow, and she follows it up with an Alabama slam. Tiffany Stratton then heads to the top rope, and she hits a swanton bomb for only a count of 2. J.C. Jane kicked out. J.C. Jane then super kicked Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton then hits a springboard cutter, and she follows it up with a rolling senton. Tiffany Stratton then goes for the prettiest moonsault ever. J.C. Jane gets her knees up. So Tiffany was going for the win, but J.C. Jane ended up getting her knees up. Both women are now going back and forth in the middle of the ring. Tiffany then hits a high knee. Chelsea Green is now dealing with fatal influence on the outside, though. But then Tiffany Stratton then hits a crossbody, taking out fatal influence on the outside of the ring. But when she gets back into the ring, J.C. Jane, because fatal influence was able to provide enough distraction to Tiffany Stratton. J.C. Jane hits Tiffany Stratton with the rolling encore for the 1, 2, 3. And your winner and your new WWE Women's United States Champion and her first singles title on the main roster is J.C. Jane. So the fatal influence is they're all dripping in gold, with J.C. Jane being the United States Champion and Lane Reed and Fallon Henley as the SmackDown tag team champions. So we go backstage. So congratulations to JC on winning her first single title on the main roster. We go backstage, we see Kathy Kelly with Jade Cargill, B-Fab, and Meechin. She asks them about Alexa Bliss and Tatum Paxley. Jade says they can't handle their own business. She then says they line them all up. She will knock them all down. B-Fab then says she is looking for the proper welcome to SmackDown. So setting up something with the baddies and Charlotte, Alexa, and Tatum, which they should have done anyway tonight instead of putting them in a closet. I just seen something about, somebody messaged me something about Hiramu showed up, so not quite sure. I don't know how they're seeing all this stuff. SmackDown's over, so I don't know. Anybody can put any updates in the chat. J.C. Jane defeated Tiffany Stratton 8 minutes, 40 seconds. I mean, it's not great, but nothing went over 10 minutes. So, but congrats to J.C. Jane. Fatal Influence now holds 3 titles on SmackDown, rightfully so. So we are at the main event, guys. I told you we were going to run through this because my voice is almost gone. Cody Rhodes in the main event is taking on Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn wins. He will get the first shot at the winner of Kevin Owens and CM Punk next week, as they will fight for the Undisputed Championship in Toronto, Canada next Friday. Also, Blake Monroe versus Julia is official for next Friday as well on SmackDown. Cody Rhodes makes his way down to the ring for the main event of the night. But while Sami Zayn is starting to make his way out there, Randy Orton comes from behind, attacking Cody Rhodes as Sami Zayn is making his way down to the ring. Randy sends Cody into the ring post and hits a draping DDT. Randy then sets up for the RKO. Cody blocks it. The Chaos in the Closet match. And yeah, they tease Hiramu Hashi or whatever his name is will be. They'll water him down. What's the Chaos in the Closet match? What is that? Is that next week? I'm not sure. I don't even know what the hell that is. Like I said, I haven't been on social media, so I just got Fanatic like blowing my messages. Like, right here, Hiramu's here, and I'm like, the fuck? Like, what are you talking about? Like, SmackDown's been over for over an hour. What is the Chaos in the Chaos in the Closet match? And yeah, they tease Hiramu Takahashi or whatever his name is will be. They'll water him down. That has to be the person. I heard Naraku maybe, but I don't know. I don't know if he's done in NXT yet. Those two are the only two that kind of make any sense. So I don't know. I haven't seen anything. I haven't been online. So Randy attacks Cody. So this match really, truly never gets underway. Randy sends Cody into the ring post. Charlotte's new group. Oh, the Chaos in the Closet match. All their matches will take place in a closet. Oh, okay. I was like, damn, they're fucking announcing all these matches after the show went up there. Yeah, that was ridiculous. That's terrible. Hopefully they don't do that anymore. Randy sets up for the RKO and Cody blocks it. Randy breaks the eyes and sends Cody to the floor. Cody is then sent to the ring steps. Randy hits Cody with the ring steps. Cody then punches Randy and they fight through the crowd. Cody then hits Randy with the trash can. Cody then sends Randy into the bleacher. Randy then hits a punch and a European uppercut. Randy then hits a kick and they go back into the ringside area. Randy sends Cody into a member of the security staff and sends Cody into the announce desk and he punches him. Randy then puts Cody in the gap between the steps and he gets a chair. But then Cody Rhodes low blows Randy Orton. He kicks him low, gives him a low blow. And then Cody hits Randy Orton with the chair. He stands over Randy to hit him with the chair again. And the official jumps over the announce desk to grab the chair from Cody Rhodes. Got Cody away from Randy for a second, but then when the show was going off the air, you could see Cody was going back to attack Randy Orton again. Cody is held back, and he continued brawling with Randy as the show comes to a close. So, as I talked about in my group chat on Twitter, Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton wrestled last night in a street fight in, I guess it was Virginia. I'm not sure exactly where they were at. Cody Rhodes defeated Randy Orton in a street fight. It was Randy's first match back since SummerSlam, or since WrestleMania. So maybe that's the match in Georgia. More than likely, that's what they're doing on the live event. So maybe it's a street fight. Maybe they saved the street fight for Money in the Bank. I would be excited if they are going to do that there, since I will be there. But that's pretty much it, guys. Very low on views tonight. Not sure what's going on, but 51 views. People must have hated it. Is there something else on tonight? Is football on or anything like that? We're an hour and 20 minutes in. So this has been your SmackDown recap. Like I said, next week I'll have to go through and look and see. I will after the stream's over. Hold on, I have to tell this dude I'm in the middle of a stream. Never mind. I won't message him. He's like blowing my phone up in the middle of the stream. It's ridiculous. Stampede, can you put in? I don't know if you're still watching. If you are, can you put in in my EVP chat to Big Mike that I'm streaming? Like I can't literally look at my phone every 2 seconds, like blowing my phone up, and I can't really talk. So. This has been your SmackDown recap, guys, live here on the EVP show, Friday, August 14, 2026. Next Friday, CM Punk will defend the Undisputed Championship against Kevin Owens. And Blake Monroe is going to have her first match on SmackDown in well over 2 months against Julia. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they do. Are they going to take the title off Punk next week in Canada? It's a possibility. So shout out to Kyle the Man Anthony, which I'll see him Wednesday, and then also I'll see him the following Wednesday as well for the NXT Heatwave prediction show. Shout out to Stampede as always, and shout out to Ariel. I don't know where everybody's at tonight. All right, guys. So this has been your SmackDown recap. We are live here on the EVP show. Make sure you hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. If you are, turn that notification bell on, and you will be reminded for my daily wrestling content. When you guys like my streams, it definitely helps me out. Last time I looked, I was at 322 subscribers. So we are on the road to 400 subscribers, guys. So make sure you guys hit that like button and send the link to your friends. If you enjoy the content, I'm sure they will too. I will be branching out into another promotion once reality TV, Big Brother season 28 is over. I'll be branching out into some AEW. So going to be bringing a new flock of fans in, as well as continuing on with this WWE product. So we're also live on my X page and DW Television X page. Make sure you follow everybody from DW Television, starting off with the CEO himself, Miami the Great. Every Tuesday and Thursday, you can catch him at 6 p.m. Eastern with Inside the NFL Mind with Miami. Me and Miami will be back the last Tuesday in August to kickstart season 2 of the EVP Miami NFL Recap Show. That will be at 6 p.m. on Tuesdays. I will be switching for I'm not doing doubleheader Sundays anymore, but I will start back to doing doubleheader Tuesdays. So we'll be doing the NFL recap show starting on the last week of August, moving into week 1 of the NFL season, which I'm super excited about. And later on that night, I'll also continue doing the NXT recap show. You can, for the time being, you can catch Miami live on DW Television, on Talk It Up podcast. Make sure you follow, give them a subscription on YouTube, on Twitch, DW TV, and DW Television. And then on Saturday, I believe tomorrow, I haven't seen the post yet, but I'm sure they will be doing it, DWE Radio. You can catch Miami and Final Boss Baby. She is the CFO and the HR of DWE. Make sure you follow her on X, but tune in to them every Saturday for DWE Radio. You can catch that live on DWE Television on X. Also, Talk It Up podcast on YouTube, DW TV, and DW Television on Twitch. And also, they have 20-something episodes as well on Spotify. So make sure you tune in to DW Radio if they're going to be live tomorrow. Also, the World of Greg, or make sure you follow the DW Media page as well on X, and the World of Greg. He is the marketing promotional director of DWE. You can catch him and Kyle the Man Anthony every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern for the rundown, where they will run down the entire Raw card and get you ready for Monday Night Raw on Netflix. Speaking of Kyle the Man Anthony, you can catch him Monday with the World of Greg on the rundown every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Also on Wednesday nights, he is the host, and I join him on Wednesdays as well as the co-host for Queens of WWE every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, which this coming up Wednesday will be episode number 10. Shout out to Director Red, After the Slam podcast on X, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, Smoke Session Podcast, the Sports Jedi Network, and everyone affiliated with Gimmick Table Media. I will be back shortly, guys, to tell you guys where you can find me on my social media platforms, what I have coming up for you guys the rest of this weekend, which is only one stream, and what I have coming up for you guys next week.
Wrestling has more than one royal family.
There are a lot of podcasts out there, but only one with this kind of energy.
Welcome to EVP Show Recaps Prediction Sports. Let go, show recaps prediction sports
In one podcast.
Welcome to EVP Show Recaps Prediction Sports. Let go.
Once again, guys, thank you for tuning in to the SmackDown Recap Show live here on the EVP Show Friday, August the 14th, 2026. I appreciate you guys. We are on the road to 400 subscribers, so 78 more, and we will hit that goal. So the part where you can find me on my social media platforms is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. All my links are in my bio, but you can find me on X at EVPCJP. My YouTube is all the way up at the top of my X page, so make sure that you do go and hit that retweet button on X and share my YouTube link, as we're on the road to 400 subscribers. The goal is 400 by Survivor Series, so very attainable. Last time I thought it wasn't for SummerSlam, and we blew it out the water. So we can get to 400 by Survivor Series, and then maybe we can work the goal for WrestleMania. I mean, maybe somewhere between Royal Rumble and WrestleMania for the 500 subscriber mark. So that is the biggest goal to date for my YouTube channel. You can also find me on Instagram. It's a business page. My YouTube is in my bio at EVPCJP, where you can find all my upcoming videos made by Miami the Great. Don't have anything posted for tomorrow because I'm not streaming tomorrow. So you'll see me go ahead and post my Sunday Night Scoops videos tomorrow, at some point tomorrow, for my Sunday show. On TikTok, you can find me at Brady the Goat 21. Again, that's at Brady BRADYDA Goat 21. It's a business account, but my YouTube is in my bio as well. Find all my upcoming videos for my upcoming streams. Last but not least, most importantly, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. As I said, we're on the road to 400 subscribers. If you cannot find my YouTube on any of my social media platforms, go up to the search bar and type in at the EVP show. You will find over 1,000 live videos, somewhere between 500 and 750 YouTube shorts, and a couple of pre-recorded videos. If you are subscribed to my YouTube channel, please turn that notification bell on, and you can come and join me for my daily wrestling content. Once again, that's at the EVP show. And if you guys are able to go back and watch the stream live later on, which really not a whole lot to talk about, SmackDown went really fast. Leave me some comments. Tell me what you did, what you liked about SmackDown, what you didn't like about SmackDown. I got some ideas for next year. Maybe like I've just been kind of fidgeting around. Maybe like not like a prediction show, but me coming on doing a video on like who I think is gonna be the next champion, stuff like that. Just a lot of different ideas I'm kind of rolling through. Once I can get over that 500 subscriber threshold. So a lot of stuff coming here. Next year I'll be covering baseball, if there is a baseball season, which I don't think, it doesn't look like it's going to be on a lockout, but we'll see. Maybe it's not, hopefully not, but yeah, if you are subscribed, please turn the notification bell on, come and join me. So what I have coming up for the rest of the week: tomorrow I'm off. I got plans, but if you need me, you can text me if you have my number, or hit me up on Twitter or Discord. But I probably won't be on my phone most of the day, so yeah. But tune in to DW Radio tomorrow. Once again, you can listen to that at DW Television, Talk It Up Podcast, on Twitch at DW TV and DW Television, and also on Spotify as well. Not sure the time. I'm sure Miami will post it either later tonight, or it might already be posted. I just haven't been online. But Sunday, I am back. Somebody will win the 1 month into my exclusive news channel, and I always forget to mention that. It's been going since July 1st, but make sure you guys, if you want to be a member, just hit me up in the DMs. It's only $3 a month. I will add you to the Discord channel. It's best to sign up at the beginning of the month, but it doesn't matter what day you sign up, you will get a full 30 days. There's no contract. It's only $3 a month. So, but my next stream will be Sunday. Somebody will, like I said, will win a 1 month free pass into the exclusive news channel. It is Sunday Night Scoops, Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern, as we are on the road to NXT Heatwave, Sunday night main event in Atlanta, Georgia, and also Money in the Bank in New Orleans, Louisiana. And then Monday night, I'm back at 11 p.m. Eastern time for your Raw recap show. And then Tuesday, I'm back again at 10:30 p.m. Eastern time for your NXT recap show. And then it's coming up Wednesday. Catch Kyle the Man Anthony and myself at 8 p.m. Eastern time for Queens of WWE episode number 10. Thursday night, we switch gears from wrestling back to reality television. It's already a crazy week as the Icons look to be in trouble. Join me. See who wins the HOH. Who won the BB Time Capsule? Who are the 3 nominees? Who won the Golden Power Veto? Was the Power Veto used? Was there a power play? Who won the BB Blockbuster? And who were the last 2 people on the eviction chairs Thursday night? And who will be the 6th person evicted from the Big Brother Season 28 house? Join me Thursday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time for your Big Brother Season 28, Week 6 recap show. And then Friday night, it is for the Undisputed Championship in Canada. CM Punk defends against Kevin Owens. Come and join me as we talk about it at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time next Friday night for your SmackDown recap show. And then next Saturday, I'm off again. Come back next Sunday for another episode of Sunday Night Scoops with the EVP. That being said, guys, thank you for coming in for the SmackDown recap. Had some low numbers tonight, but SmackDown wasn't that great. So kind of expected it. But I'm kind of glad to be done because, like I said, my voice is cooked and I'm going to enjoy the day off tomorrow. So hopefully you guys have a great weekend. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and turn that notification bell on. And come and join me Sunday for Sunday Night Scoops, as I have a pretty big show planned for you guys. A lot of news, a lot of information to distribute to you guys. It's always a lot of fun on Sundays as well. So with that being said, guys, I am the EVP from the EVP show and the golden boy of DWE. And DWE is the only place to be. You guys have a happy weekend. I won't see you guys tomorrow, but I will see you guys back here Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time for Sunday Night Scoops with the EVP. Good night, everyone.